No.
We have to name this the official Zohran.
I've got,
Look at these.
got a thermal on. I worry about this guy.
I got my
No jacket.
Should I give him my coat? I got it.
He's been shivering out here because what are you telling me?
Your team kept the full side secret.
Everybody knows where I live.
Here you go, man. Stay warm, puppy. Courtesy of Zohran, the next man New York, and make sure you guys give him good press.
How much time is here? Brand is Talia. Talia?
All right, are we ready, everyone? Let's go. Oh, sorry, we're gonna bring that down.
All right. We're doing a final. This is your final opportunity before we
Last
begin. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Today is Election Day. It is a day that we have been dreaming of for more than a year. And as much as things have changed over the course of this campaign, in many ways it is the same campaign we launched on October 23rd. A campaign that looks to transform the most expensive city in the United States of America into one that's affordable for each and every person that calls it home. And I'm so thankful to the more than 100,000 volunteers who have brought us to this point, where we are on the brink of making history in our city, on the brink of saying goodbye to a politics of the past, a politics that tells you what it can't do and really what it means to say is what it won't do, and to usher in a new era in this city where we understand that we do not get to choose the scale of the crisis we face. We simply get to choose the manner in which we respond. And it is time to finally respond with the urgency that New Yorkers deserve. An urgency that reckons with these same New Yorkers having had to face rent hike after rent hike year after year. These same New Yorkers having to wait for buses that never come. These same New Yorkers that have to move out of this city when they want to raise a family. And these same New Yorkers who have grown tired of going on Street Easy to find apartments in Jersey City because that's the only place they could consider affording. It is time now for a new day in our politics. And it is an honor and a privilege to be a part of a movement that has fought every single day to bring that day forward. And today, we have until 9 p.m. to say that our time has come. Thank you very much.
How important,
All right, we'll take some questions.
How important is margin of victory tonight in terms of what you would say is your mandate to get these affordable housing, free buses, and all the other initiatives?
I believe that victory is a mandate in and of itself.
All right, yeah, go ahead, Zach.
Mr. Mamdani, why did you choose to vote in person today instead of voting early?
You know, I wanted to make sure that I took every opportunity to speak to New Yorkers across the 5 boroughs throughout the duration of early voting, and it was a joy to vote alongside my wife this morning.
On number
Yeah, all right, we'll go here.
on ballot question number 4.
Yes.
There's been some concern that would empower the mayor too much when it comes to housing construction. Did that at all cross your mind before you decided to vote yes? And how would you use that power responsibly if you are elected?
That is a power, like all mayoral power, that must be used to deliver for New Yorkers. And I am looking forward to working alongside the City Council in delivering the kind of investments that so often communities have been denied, and to finally ensure that we understand the strength of this city be measured by the neighborhoods furthest from City Hall, not by the ones just closest.
Zohran, do you think that
Sorry, we'll go right here, right here.
Are you concerned at all about any voter intimidation? There were some issues in New Jersey this morning, North Jersey, of bomb threats with voting locations, not here, but your level of concern that that could play out here somehow?
It's incredibly concerning.
Right.
And I think that it is an illustration of the attacks we're seeing on our democracy. Sometimes they're blatant and explicit in the manner of these bomb threats. And we also have to know that here in New York City, I saw a young woman sharing a story of her mother who had voted for our campaign and was then harassed by another man at that poll site for doing so. And we have to understand this as part of the general approach the Trump administration has taken to trying to intimidate voters with baseless allegations of voter fraud as a means of trying to repress the voice of Americans across this country. And when we think about how best to fight Donald Trump, one way we can do so is by understanding Andrew Cuomo for what he is, the candidate endorsed by Donald Trump, Elon Musk, and Stephen Miller.
All right, go ahead, Ed.
Assemblyman, this has been a local race, but the nation and the world is now watching. And for those who may be curious or concerned about a 34-year-old Democratic socialist running the largest city in the country, what would you say to those skeptics?
Well, I get older every day. Look, I think more about New Yorkers than I do about anything beyond our 5 boroughs. And I look forward to fulfilling the hope that New Yorkers have put in me and to earning the trust of those who voted for another candidate or didn't vote at all. Because my responsibility will be to the entirety of the city. And it will be to deliver on the agenda that we have spoken of for more than a year, an agenda which will finally bring working class New Yorkers to the heart of our politics, a place that they have not had for quite some time.
Yeah, Michael, go ahead.
I want to ask you about the housing questions. You waited until today to weigh in. At the same time, we know that more than 700,000 people cast their ballots in early voting, and many of those people presumably were looking to you to take a position on this. Can you explain what took you so long to come to a decision and how your thinking evolved to get to a place where you took a position?
You know, I take very seriously the responsibility that I have to share my thoughts with New Yorkers, and I want to always ensure that I do so having had actually come to the conclusion. And I took the time to have conversations with stakeholders, policy experts, and wanted to make sure that I was deliberate in the decision that I made, and that's where I've landed.
All right, we're going to go right here. Excuse me, sir. Hi,
Zohran, you think that this is bigger than New York, that your victory can turn the tide, change the conversation for the left in Europe and inside the Democratic Party in the United States?
My ambitions are squarely within these 5 boroughs, my friend. Thank you.
Yeah, we're going to go right here.
What are your thoughts on that?
Sorry, could you say it one more time?
President Trump says he plans to reduce federal funding if you win. What are your thoughts on that?
President Trump also encouraged every New Yorker to vote for Andrew Cuomo. There are many things that he will say and that he will do that will not actually bear out in the results within our own city. I will treat his threats as they deserve to be treated, which are the words of a president and not necessarily the law of the land. And too often we treat anything that he says by virtue of who's saying it as if it is already that law. And it is time that we have a mayor who stands up for New Yorkers each and every day, not one who's willing to sacrifice those New Yorkers so that they can stand up for themselves.
All right, last question right here. Go ahead.
Any last-minute message for New Yorkers who may be concerned that the president will follow through on his threats if you win tonight?
I look forward to representing those New Yorkers and look forward to fighting for every single dollar this city is owed. What we see in the language of Donald Trump is a premise as if it is his decision on whether or not to fund a city the very money that this city is owed. And I look forward to utilizing every single tool at my disposal as the next mayor of this city to fight for the people of it. That means using the courts, that means using the bully pulpit, that means ensuring that we actually follow the letter of the law. And I know that doing so is something that threatens Donald Trump. It's why he's gone after Attorney General James, because she had the audacity to hold him to the same law that every New Yorker is held to. But I will not be intimidated by this president. I will not be intimidated by anyone, because my job here is to serve the people of the city.
Thank you guys so much.
All right.